I do want to just focus first on the offense because, you know, there were plenty of things that you could point to defensively and say, okay, that's a noticeable improvement. It looks like this team is going to be better, significantly better than they were on the defensive side of the ball. But offensively, Willie, what did you see from this team that, again, just couldn't get anything going today?
Well, I felt like early they came out their shoes. They were ready to run the ball, and they were willing to run the ball. However, you know, when it came to Flacco being 37 years old, sitting in the pocket trying to get rid of the football, Baltimore Ravens made him like he was 50. You know, they aged him fast. And then when you talk about the offensive line, you know, talk about the continuity. Fant being at left tackle. They moved Lakeley Tomlinson, who was supposed to be the right guard. He's at left guard now. Connor's at the center. Then you got AV2, who was an all-pro left guard, is not at right guard. Yeah. And now you got the rookie at right tackle. So as much as we can say they got beat up up front, a lot of that's chemistry and continuity and communication on top of dealing with a quarterback who's not a mobile quarterback. You know, everybody knows Joe Flacco is a guy who sits in the pocket and he delivers the football. So it was a lot to be had, a lot they're going to have to go back and study and learn and kind of figure it out. But if Flacco's going to be the quarterback moving forward, they got to protect him better, and they know that.
That's absolutely right. I mean, it's all about the balance, right? The Jenga game they've been dealing with on offensive line finally caught up to them. There was plenty of times where they tried to be a 2 tight end team, a 3 tight end team, a 13 personnel team, and then nobody can get open or Flacco couldn't get the ball out. And then they went back to being an 11 personnel team without those extra tight ends on the field, and then they couldn't pass protect. So you're juggling, right? It's really hard to function that way with a quarterback that can't move, with an offensive line that can't block when there's only 5 protectors out there, and it just caught up to them.
Yeah, you have to ask yourself, what do I do well? Right? What's our best personnel?
And it's hard to tell this time of the year.
Exactly. It's early.
And, you know, I really want to see Garrett Wilson play a little bit more. He popped off the screen. You know, I understand Corey Davis ended up with, you know, relatively good numbers, but once again, a case of the dropsies, you know, not really being able to move the ball. You know, you look at Elijah Moore, I think he had a solid game. A lot of rookie mistakes, right? You talk about Brees and the fumble. Those were pivotal times, pivotal moments. You know, the interception, you know, Cager falls down, and that's where the interception comes. You know, they left points on the board early on, and a team like the Baltimore Ravens with a championship pedigree and championship aspirations eventually would figure it out.
I did also question why didn't Saleh really warm up Mike White? Especially coming out at halftime. Like, if you look at, we know who Joe Flacco is. We know his resume. We know he's a pretty damn good ball player. But he's at the point of his career where if he doesn't have the right protection, he's going to hit the wall.
You need a mobile quarterback in.
You got a young guy like Mike White who knows the offense, knows what to do with the football, and mobile enough. But I thought we should have came out at halftime with Mike White.
But you talk about, you know, that's tough because how do you go back to Joe Flacco if you don't give him a chance? You don't believe in him in the first, you know, game of the season. He's expected to play for the next 4. You know, that's a tough call because you could lose him. And then if Mike White plays well, now you have a quarterback controversy. You might as well kind of figure out.
Zach is going to be the guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying for the first 4 games, and you look at the totals. I mean, he threw for 307. You know, but anytime Joe Flacco throws the ball 59 times, that's ridiculous. That's not a recipe.
Third most attempts in his career.